Okay, so looking at number 7, this is another one of those cases where you've got a number out front, and if you wanted to distribute 3/5, by all means you could. Okay, but 3/5 is kind of ugly. It's a fraction, and so it's a mess. And if you take a mess and you spread it around, you just have more of a mess. So I would rather get rid of that 3/5 right off the bat. Okay, you could divide it. Dividing it's a little bit tricky because you're dividing with a fraction. What could we multiply by that would get rid of it? Matt, do you know? What could I multiply 3/5 by that would cancel it out?
5.
Okay, 5 would cancel it out. Let's cancel. Okay, let me say that again. 5 would cancel out the 5 on the bottom, but you would still have a 3. What could we do to get rid of the 5 and the 3 at the same time? Lucas? Okay, so multiply by the whole reciprocal, which is 5 over 3. Okay, so multiply by 5/3, multiply by 5/3. Now here, these are just going to cancel, but because this is being multiplied by this, you don't have to distribute that 5/3 into here, because it's like you already took care of that on the outside. So that 6x minus 5, that's just going to stay as is. So 6x minus 5 is staying the way it is. Here I have to multiply. This would be 3 times 5 divided by 3, which should just equal 5. 5x, because there's an x over there. What do you want to do from here? Okay, so minus 6x minus 6x, and I end up with negative 5 equals negative 1x. Can you do that last step without actually writing out the division? If negative 5 equals negative x, what does positive x equal? Okay, let's just divide. Divide by negative 1. What's negative 5 divided by negative 1? Just 5. Okay. All right, number 8. Number 8's a little messy. Okay. What I would do in this one, and sometimes you'll see ones that are even uglier than this, where you have like multiple fractions in the problem. I would find a number to multiply that would cancel out the bottom of that fraction. Okay. So what could I multiply this whole equation by right off the bat that would get rid of that divided by 3? 3. Yeah, I could multiply everything by 3. But when I do that, I need to multiply every single piece by 3. So when I multiply this fraction by 3, it's just going to cancel with that 3 on the bottom, and my 12x plus 18 is going to be left. Now I also need to multiply that 4 by the 3. Okay, so when I say I'm going to multiply everything by 3, I'm going to do it right off the bat, and I'm going to multiply everything. So 3 times 4 is 12. And then over here, I'm also going to multiply by 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 4 is 12. What can I simplify from here? Okay, I will minus 12x in just a second. There's one thing that I can kind of simplify here. Okay, so I can put these two together, right? So 12x plus 6 is equal to 6 plus 12x. Anyone notice anything? It's exactly the same. They equal each other. Let's suppose you didn't know that. Okay, let's suppose you didn't catch that. Your next step, like Grace said, would be to subtract 12x from each side. And then let's look at what you're left with. You're left with 6 equals 6. So this is sort of similar to that last one on the other side where we said it was no solution. Except what happened here? It's the same number. Hold on, it's not no solution. Okay, because this time, when is 6 equal to 6? Always, yeah. So what this is saying is that no matter what number you put in there for x, this is always going to come out to be true, because 6 always equals 6. So instead of no solution, you're going to say all real numbers. Okay, and that all real numbers, that means that you can pick any number you want to, plug it in place of x, and it would work in this equation. Okay? How you feeling on those? Okay, make sure you have these examples written down, because starting Monday we're going to be doing an activity with some pretty complex equations, and you're going to want to be able to refer back to them. Okay? And you do have a quiz